show IP route. Let's just ping these loopbacks real fast. You can see that I've learned these the loopbacks of router 0 via RIP. So if I ping them, let's make sure that I have full reachability. Okay, I'm good. So now what we're going to do, we're going to create the access list. We go under global config, access list. Then you can see here we're going to use just one to create a standard ACL, because we're just going to be matching based on the source IP address. That's what standard ACLs do. So access list 1, we're going to do we can do here, what we'll do, what should we do here? What we'll do, we'll permit the 10 network from router 0, and then we'll deny the 20 network. So we'll go down here and we'll do a permit. Then we're going to do the host 192.168.10.0, and then here we specify basically our subnet, but in wildcard format. So it's just going to be 0.0.0.255. Remember, the zeros are must match. So it must match 192, must match 168, must match 10, and then 255 says, okay, anything in the 4th octet doesn't have to match. So that's going to give us our /24 mask. Then here we're just going to log the event so we can see when we match when we're hitting this permit statement on the ACL. We'll be able to see that every time it'll count up. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we'll just do, before we do this, I guess what we should do is go here. If we were to go to router 0 and try to telnet over to, let's just try to telnet, 1.1, which is the loop back of router 0. We'll just try to telnet, that'll take us to router, the loop back of router 1. Well, this should take us to router 1 if we telnet to this. You can see here we get the following message: open, password required but none set. So what we can do here real easily to fix this, we just go under the VTY virtual terminal lines, line VTY. You can see here we have 1276, so we'll just do them all. Implement this for all the lines, 0 through 1276. What we want to do is we'll just set no password right now. And now if I try to telnet in, well, it still doesn't work. Okay, I think I found out what we need to do here. So if we go under the VTY lines again, line VTY 0 through 1276, we just do a no login. Now that should do it. So let's go back to the console, try to telnet. Okay, see now you can see now we're in the router 1. You can also verify this on router 1. If you do a show users, you can see here that see on VTY 0 is where I am telnetted in from. I can now, a cool trick I can do is I can get rid of this session if I just do a clear line, line number here, which I specify, which is 226, or I can clear it based on the VTY line, which is clear line VTY 0. And now what you see here is, if I do a show users, is not there anymore. So if I go back to router 0, you can see the connection was closed. So this is a way, if you got people in your router that you don't want or whatnot, you can just clear them out by doing that command, that clear line VTY, or clear line, and then specify the line number that they're on. Okay, so on router 1, if I do a show access list, see here that I have my just standard ACL 1. If I go in there and I'm going to add to it, access list 1, what I'm going to do is deny 192.168. I'm going to deny my loopback 1 interface on router 0, which is the 20 network. So 20, and then specify the wildcard, which is 0.0.0.255, which is my subnet mask. And then I'm going to log this as well. And then I'll just put on here, I'll just put a blank pretty much access list. I'm going to do implicit deny any. So, well, no, I'm just going to do access list 1, deny any, and then I'm going to log that. So I can see any matches, anybody else, you know, who doesn't meet these two criteria gets hit up by this last one on the ACL, which is pretty much denying everything. Okay, so now if I do a show access list, you can see here that I have my 3 statements. Sorry about that, I'm still trying to get used to the PuTTY copy feature. So ACL sequence 10 is telling us permit 192.168.10.0 with the wildcard bit 0.0.0.255, which is basically /24, and then everything else I'm pretty much denying. So over here on router 0, what I have to do actually on router 1 first before I do this is I need to go under the VTY lines. There's line VTY 0 through 1276. And then here to apply the access list, you have 2 ways to apply it, inbound or outbound. What we're going to do is all telnet sessions we want to deny into our router, right? So it's going to be inbound. It's real easy to remember. We just want to deny telnet traffic into our VTY lines. So that's inbound. So we're going to do here access class. Instead of access group is what you would do on a regular interface like fast Ethernet or serial. It's actually access group, and then the ACL number, our word. But for the VTY lines, it's access class. Then we're going to specify our ACL that we created up here, which is ACL, standard ACL 1. And then here is where we filter either incoming or outgoing. We're going to filter into the router. So access class 1 in. And that should be it. So if we go to router 0,